Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for October 13th through to the 20th. We have a full moon happening in your sign, so our emotions will be coming in your fifth house. I'm sorry, not in your sign, in your fifth house. But you might be working with an Aquarius, you might be working through some of those feelings that Aquarius is addressing around shame, around thought patterns that either, drive that Martian war energy or something that is divine, something that is a warrior for God. So with this full moon happening on Mercury Day of this week, at the start of the week, the sun will be at 20 degrees, and at the end of the week, it will move to 27 degrees Libra. So this is like your social network, your outer world persona, the way that really it's like giving your ascendant energy. It's like the way people see you in your social circles will go from a place of like you are someone who can work with passionate feelings to someone who is able to be reliable and take actions that are adequate. We have the water oracle, psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. So Sagittarius, this is you or someone who you are close to, because it's time for you guys to tap into more of your feeling state. Cancer does rule your 8th house. And it's interesting, this week we'll get sort of like a slip and slide opportunity to really have fun and ride the roller coaster of our emotions, but take them higher. Not the same output that we might have gotten used to, whether that's like getting reactive or, hammering off at the mouth and just needing to define everything. But maybe we can just be present. The water oracle, what does she have to say? Water has long been associated with the feminine mystical arts, with seers, oracles, and psychics using it to receive visions of the present and future. Scrying is a mystical practice that's been used since ancient times all over the world. It's the art of gazing into something with a reflective surface, including water, to detect messages or visions. The earliest documentation of scrying reaches back to ancient Babylonia. It's believed that the scryer would add oil or flour to a bowl of water and then breathe the resulting mixture to receive helpful visions. This divination practice is referred to as lianomancy, and it's a form of hydromancy. When the water oracle appears before you, it's a sign that something is destined, written in the stars. Maybe you're living with a question at the moment, or perhaps you've received unexpected guidance to make a change in your life, but you're unsure whether it's in your head or your heart talking. The water oracle delivers a message to trust your heart and the messages and vision you've been receiving. So don't go with what your head says. Your head could tell you, oh yeah, invest $5,000 in this new startup. My friend spoke so highly of it. Or your head could tell you, we're not ready to apply for that. We would definitely not get it. Your heart will say, I want this. I want to keep my money, or I want to apply to this opportunity. And the heart is where we connect to God. So yes, you could do divination practices, but why do that when you could just follow your intuition? This is something I teach, and like not all of my decks are up on this. Everyone has their own perspective. When I make my deck, it will be a pure channel from my heart. So the water oracle delivers a message, Sag, to trust your intuition and the messages and visions you've been receiving. It is a card of confirmation and encouragement to act on your heartfelt visions and embody your heartfelt intuition. It can also be a sign that your intuitive abilities are growing stronger, that you have the gift of clear vision, and you are being encouraged to work on this craft more deeply. So in the affirmations that I practice I easily follow my heart and intuition. That's something that I put on like ceremonial sculptures. It's something that I affirm for myself regularly. So go on ahead and type that in the comments, Sagittarius, this week for you to activate this guidance. And then you can also go with the Healing Waters affirmation. I trust my intuition and act on it with confidence and grace. I'm adding in grace. And I sense that as you do that, your heart will like give you the hot, cold, yes, no, like you will light up. You know what it is. When we have this full moon in Aries, it's going to be very telling as to what the mind has been trying to convince you of versus the heart, because it will be this ease in your social groups whenever you're working with your heart, and it will repel people when you're so caught up in your head, because we do have your ruling planet in your 7th house. So all the more clear on what is a go and what is a no will be seen this week. Okay, we're going to get a sacred symbol oracle. card for you guys. We have protection. So protect your heart and make sure that your heart is at the center of things. Yeah, we don't want to get on a runaway train with our mind, with our brain, Sagittarius, because our brain will, again, kidnap us and it will hold us hostage until we do the things that our ego is calling for us to do, which in the 8th house, Mars in the 8th house could be a time where, yeah, you either are making up, you're fulfilling your cup, or you're not, quite frankly. So you need to be sure that you're minding the activities that bring you closer to your heart and the ones that take you further away from it. Queen of Wands. And then because Libra is moving, Sun in Libra is moved from 20 to 27 this week, we're going to master this ability to have a handle on our heart and to channel from the heart. Maybe some of you guys are oracles and you give prophecies, and it's time that you start to write those down, to work with those as what you have, 2nd and 8th house material. And then with that 8th house, you start to open up more to your intuition, to what it is that is coming through your heart. We have the Strength card. Yeah, that is ruled by Leo, so your 9th house of beliefs. All of your beliefs need to be your favorite. So you can truly believe I'm protected as I go about my work that is appointed through the Holy Ghost, through God. I am following the Christ path of my heart, and I'm protected as I do that work. And you can believe that you are also only going to listen to your heart, and that will bring about those results, that you truly are only listening to your heart, and only heartfelt messages come through you. We have the High Priest, beautiful. And this is speaking to that antenna to God, to being able to communicate with God and to share what it is that you are receiving in a way that's meaningful to yourself and to others, to bring more of that support for people who are going through their ascension process, people who are angry because things are falling away. We have natural disasters going on, and a lot of it is the magnetosphere. I was just reading a newsletter by Sandra Walter. A lot of it is solar flares, but people are also releasing. You know, the planet has karma from Atlantis, and it's all coming up to the fore for us to move forward, for us to start living through the heart and not so much through what the brain wants. We have the Star. So this is represented by Venus, and Venus moves into your sign this week. Venus, of course, on Venus Day, on Friday the 18th, Venus will move into Sagittarius. So at that time, the sun will be at 25 degrees Libra. So there will be some tremendous opportunity to communicate these gifts, your channeled gifts. Mercury will be at 6 degrees, your 12th house. Sun will be at 25 degrees Libra in your 11th house. 23 degrees Cancer, Mars and Cancer in the 8th house. And then 5 degrees, the moon will be at 5 degrees Taurus at that time. So we will be coming off of the full moon, and it will be a perfect time to emit those frequencies of your emotions to your community, to your collective. The star is traditionally represented by Aquarius, and Pluto right now is hovering in between, you know, on the cusp of the houses of Capricorn and Aquarius, your 2nd and 3rd house. So you're starting to see on a more profound level what it is that you have to contribute to the human species, to consciousness, to human society. And a lot of it's going to come from you moving out of the mind, dropping into the heart space. Again, Sandra Walter. Okay, right now the poet came up, and the stone. You saw this one? This is the cave. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Gemini got that too. So you guys might want to watch Gemini's reading, because there is a very high chance that you guys are connecting to God. And, you know, that was something that you would be persecuted for if you claimed you could do that and you weren't a man and you didn't work for the church. But now we have the ability to connect with our thumbs. We have opposable thumbs. We have the capacity to tap in with the collective and to send out messages of love and support and truth, which is very important at this time. Okay, so let's see what the poet and the stone have to say. The cave, go on ahead and watch Gemini's reading if you guys want that. Okay. artist, the witness, the truth teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. Do not be afraid. Be not afraid. Why should I be discouraged? Why should the shadows come? I don't know. I'm like blending songs and influences. So I'm building a playlist. I'll share it on the Sunday, all 12 signs live reading that I do every week. And I'm also making a DJ set using most of the songs and then other influences just so that I can get into my own flow state, Sag. So maybe this is something that you're ready to play with, or painting to good music is always a good time. So for those of you guys wanting to write poetry or be creative, you might need to tap in with some assistance, some help from your friends, from your community. Libra here, 11th house, I represent that. So tap in with me if you're looking for some musical influences. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. So the stone, I'm going to read that one, and then I want to look at a card from Rumi, a very, very ancient poet at this modern era, who is always so soothing to, I'm sure, everyone who comes across his work. The stone, the eternal, the anchor, and the rock. When light, steadfast, loyal, committed, and present, when dark, weighed down, holding back, and cold. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight, its energy of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it's likely that the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed. The power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. Okay, let's see what Rumi has to say regarding this reading. It's an interesting one because you guys got a lot of major arcana cards, a lot of cards that I would deem to be like big changes are happening for and through you, because I sense that you're starting to use your poetry in ways that you hadn't been able to. Blood Angel, 7. So this is speaking to that moment where the sun is netting to a 7. We have Neptune at 27 degrees Taurus. Neptune at 27 degrees Pisces, Uranus at 26 degrees Taurus. The moon is going to be approaching Uranus. So this is like third house energy for you guys, but it's in your sixth house of daily life. It's like things will get a little bit quirky this week for you if you're willing to tap into the moment and be present and not just a passive recipient. Okay, Blood Angel. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance, so that's the full moon. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away. It captured me and flew back into infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul and the tenderness of love. The 9 spheres of heaven dissolved in that moon as the ship of my existence drowned in the sea of love. Rumi. Oh, how beautiful. That was so beautiful. The oracle of the Blood Angel comes to wish you a particular message. You are being given the gift of more life. You can experience this as growth, expansion, more energy, more life force, or divine electricity circulating through your system. The Blood Angel understands that in the gift of greater life, which enables a soul to live more of its existence, becoming a more palpable divine presence upon this earth, there are many unavoidable experiences. One of these is that there will be more sunsets to counter the increase in your sunrises. This is about balance. When opening up to receive more, one needs to empty out what one has been to allow for a new influx of energy. It's not about an exchange of equal measure, for you will receive according to the great generosity of life itself, and thus even more shall be offered in compensation for what you are willing to release. However, release must take place. Balance is the natural law. The sunset makes way for a time of night that might only reveal that might be the darkness of grief, again this cave energy, or the stirring of unknown places within that only reveal themselves in clarity the following morning from our dreams. Being ready to endure the sunset and the night to become ready to receive the sunrise, and with it more life, is your divine task now. Why is this coming to you? You're ready. You've outgrown what has been and cannot satisfy your soul anymore. A part of you, your mind perhaps, may question whether or not you really want the change inherent in this oracle, divine gift or not. You may prefer that things remain the same, but what are you really wanting in that belief? Happiness? A sense of safety and security? Love? Remember that in any divine gift, no matter whether it seems to come at first through an obvious bestowal of grace, such as a wish coming true, a prayer being answered, or through a hidden grace of a loss or an ending in our lives, there is always an offering of greater life within it. The blood angel tells you to not make yourself too small for what is happening in your soul and life now by holding on to what you know, or holding on when it is better to let go. It may not be easy, but you will gain more trust in the divine, in you, in life, and great power and heavenly play can and will flow through your soul into the world. The blood angel invites you to accept the genius of life and to allow it to flow through you, circulating your divine light even more abundantly into the world around you. This oracle comes with a particular blessing of well-being and vitality. You have perhaps become tired or are well, but seek to engage in a new project or practice that will stretch or challenge you. The blood angel brings you the blessing of whatever energy is required to expand into where your life is leading you now. What the divine has instilled within your heart shall be financed with the life force and energy that you need so that you can be fulfilled. Okay. If you've been struggling with your energy levels or with emotional or psychological challenges, more so than usual perhaps, then you are asked to complete the sacred honoring ritual for the cloak of the Christ oracle after you've completed this ritual for the blood angel. The reason for this is that your energy, as you are going through growth and opening, can become unstable for some time, more porous or vulnerable than usual. This is nothing to be concerned about, but you will benefit from more spiritual protection during this time. These rituals will assist you in gaining additional spiritual protection. So the cloak of Christ is just, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. I'm sure that they have something, but that's like the simple, not 3-hour version reading length. So Sagittarius, it seems like you guys are transmuting a lot of stagnant energy. You guys are tapping into your wellspring of intuitive abilities through the heart, and there is nothing but good that can come of this. So if you want to go deeper into the reading, check out your 2nd and 8th house energies. Pull up your chart on astro.com or Time Passages. Look and see which planetary ruler is there, and check out either me or another reader's work to get a more comprehensive view for the week ahead. To my subscribers, thank you guys so much for being here. Go ahead, like this video if it helped you out. Share one of my readings with a friend. Watch your moon sign, your Venus, your rising sign video if you haven't yet. And until next time, Sag, aloha.